All right, Sunday morning, the 12th of December, and I'm heading over to, this is almost the last 12 days before Christmas. Interesting. Now I'm heading over to photograph my new bronze, Peace Talker, and I'm going to give you a little tutorial on how to light up your artwork, because it's very important. The photograph is going to sell your artwork. If you can't afford to go to a real professional with strobe lights, which is really the best way to do it, because then you get crystal clear, crystal sharp photographs. But for doing advertisement on the web and through printed material, a regular digital camera, at least 6 megapixel, is good. It has to be at least 6. Anything lower than that, you start getting less quality. And a good quality camera. I'm going to give you a little tutorial, because it's taken me years to figure this out, and it's simple, and cost effective. I mean, it's very cost effective. Oh, and I've just been upgraded so that now I can put together 15-minute videos. So get ready, guys. Almost a movie size. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I hope that you find it informative. And I'll talk more when I get to the studio. Okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm setting up my camera. I'm not using my Nikon, because quite honestly, this little Lumix Panasonic, I think really takes better photographs, quite honestly. So I'm going to take them with both cameras, but right now I'm just going to set up this camera here. And what I like to do is I like to get far back away and have the camera completely zoomed out. And the piece is small, but the trick I learned a long time ago, that the closer you get on the zoom, the less distortion in the photograph of the artwork. If you get up close with it zoomed out all the way, there's going to be distortion, because it's it'll be like a 22 millimeter lens, and this is like a 50 millimeter or 60 or 70 millimeter lens, and the lower the millimeter in number, the more distortion you have. So the higher the millimeter, the less distortion. Now I'm going to set the grayscale, or the density, darkness, down just a little bit. I'm going down to -1 on the darkness, because if you leave it at 0, it'll be too light for the photograph. And now I want to set the timer. That way there's no shakiness to the photograph at all. I mean, there's no blurring whatsoever. All right, that looks good. Now lighting, I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring up one light forward and have another light, and this is just, tungsten lamps back here to light up the back of it. That gives it a nice outline of light on the bronze, and it sort of frames it in the picture. Now it's a bit shiny, and so what I'm going to do to take care of that is I've got this Johnson's paste wax, and I'm going to just rub my finger on it a little bit, and you got to be careful, don't leave little nodules of wax on it, because those will be picked up in the photograph. But just hit the highlight areas, and that dulls down the glare a little bit. And it doesn't hurt to put wax on a bronze, because quite honestly, that's what they do to finish it off, is put wax on it. And all I'm doing is dulling down the shine. Let's see how that looks. Looks a lot better. It's not glaring as much as it was before. All right, I'm going to take another picture. I I guess I have to set the timer each time. Timer again, and I'm going to change his position, and I'm going to stand about the same distance or in the position that the camera is going to be in so that I can see if there's any shininess that pops up, and there it is right there. All right, I'll just take another picture. Now, I put the cross things on the screen, which you're allowed to do in this. You can have set up your picture the way it shows on the display. And I do that so that I can make sure everything's straight. All right, now I'm going to turn it just a little bit more. You really don't need a big camera and a very expensive camera to take pictures of your bronzes or your artwork. Just a good camera is all you need. Just for a close-up shot. I'll just take another one. There we go. Okay, I brought in another light. This light over here is what I usually warm my clay with, but I'm shooting straight at the piece, which fills in a lot of the under shadows, and it won't be as dark down below. And I'm going to bring this light here out just a little bit more this way, and this one back there behind the piece a little bit. Let's see how that works. And I'm going to try not to kick my camera around. Oh yeah, good photograph. I think I'm going to take it wide angle too, just because I've changed the lighting and I kind of like that new lighting. Now I'm using a neutral color for the base, which I've put over one of my sculpting stands, and I'm using a neutral color for the background. If you get complicated, like if, for instance, if I put a blanket, I got it right here. If I was to put this underneath the Indian, which is, it's an Indian blanket, but if I put that underneath there, your eye would be drawn to the blanket and not to the Indian. I want it drawn to the, I don't want anything to be out of the vision except this Indian. I want this Indian to be the thing to be seen. And if you have a plain background and foreground, then nobody's going to be looking at the background and the foreground. Looks good. All right, that's going to be it for today, and I'll show you the photographs in the final video.